Hello everybody, it's Brian here with a contest entry, the first one I've entered since March. That may be because there seem to be fewer contests now. When I became a part of this VC thing, there were so many contests, it was just crazy almost, but fewer of them now. Anyway, I'm entering one today for Dave. His channel is M-Fidelity. Dave is celebrating a year in the vinyl community. You should go check out Dave's channel, I'll leave a link below. Really cool guy, great musical choices, and this contest is called Tribute to London. It's to be done by November 9th. There are only 5 questions. I'll leave a link to Dave's channel if I didn't already say that. And the prize is a really good one, so please go check out Dave's channel, give him a sub if you like. And so number 1 is an album, song title, or song lyric that mentions London. Now this might be the easiest prompt of them all, possibly. So I went way back to 1980 and chose this record from XTC called Black Sea, which you may not be able to see. There it is, XTC Black Sea. This record contains what might be my favorite XTC song, but we're talking about the track that leads off side 2 called Towers of London, which you'll never be able to see here. Really good track. There's actually another mention here of a neighborhood called Stepney. There's a line that says merchants from Stepney walking pretty ladies or something like that, which apparently I think is a neighborhood not too far from the Tower of London. And I went to the Tower of London when I visited London, the only time. I'm not going to remember the date on that, but yes, I did go there. Saw a nice raven or two. The Black Sea, great album from XTC out of Swindon. Number 2, live album or track recorded in London. So why not pick Leonard Cohen? This is Leonard Cohen live in London, recorded July 17th, 2008 at the O2 Arena, which you may be able to see there. I was too lazy to take this out of the bag here. It's from Music on Vinyl. So recorded in 2008, released in 2009. This was the first time an entire Leonard Cohen show was released sequentially, I guess. And it's actually pretty good. It features that sort of later Leonard Cohen sound, the very smooth sound with his very professional band. This is when he went back on tour after being defrauded by his business manager of almost all of his money. Sad. There, he's looking nice there in his hat and his guitar. And this has a really great selection of tracks, which you may recognize there. So that is Leonard Cohen, a triple live set, which is very cool. Now that was also released on compact disc on a double disc format. There's a booklet in here. Also, there's a booklet in that record too. I should have taken it out. This was also the first time that a Leonard Cohen concert was released on DVD. So here is the DVD copy of that show with this booklet featuring all sorts of photography and whatnot. So that's cool. Those were my first 2 thoughts. For the first 2 questions, those are the first 2 records I thought of. And then I had to sort of think about some of the other ones. So number 3, for example, an album, song title, or song lyric that mentions a street in London. There are quite a few of these, but I went way back to 1967 for this David Bowie record, which you may recognize, David Bowie, self-titled, from 1967. And this is the 2010 reissue that has both the mono and the stereo versions of this record. Not my favorite era of David Bowie, but on side 2, track 6, there's a track called Maids of Bond Street, which you might be able to see there. So Bond Street, apparently, and I don't know if I went there or not when I was in England, it's a sort of prestigious shopping area, expensive shopping area, divided into North Bond Street and South Bond Street. I think North Bond Street is shorter, South Bond Street is longer, I guess. And I made note of the lyrics so I wouldn't forget. So, every magazine on every shelf. The girl is a maid of Bond Street, talks about taking the train from Paddington to Oxford Circus, and then it reprises Maids of Bond Street, picture clothes, eyes of stars, Maids of Bond Street shouldn't have worldly cares, etc. So Maids of Bond Street from David Bowie. Number 4, an album cover that was photographed in London, and it seems to me there are very few of these, and the obvious ones have already been picked up by other people. So I chose perhaps a really weird one, which I had to search because I didn't know, I couldn't remember that this was shot in in London. And the description is, which I think I got from Wikipedia, features a simple, slightly blurred photograph of a nondescript London street scene, a perfect visual to accompany the album's minimalist aesthetic. I'm talking about Wire's Pink Flag from 1977. You'd never know this was London, but in fact it is. This is a fantastic record, by the way. I haven't showed you the insides of any of these, but maybe you don't need to see them. Anyway, believe it or not, that's from London, though conceivably it could be from anywhere. Number 5, an album, song title, or song lyric that mentions an area, neighborhood, or landmark in London. And I went with a track from Morrissey. Now, this is the 12-inch single for, and I always forget this, Suede Head. There are 2 B-sides here. One of them is I Know Very Well How I Got My Name. The other is Hairdresser on Fire, which was the B-side to Suede Head. And it mentions, well, first of all, it starts off talking about London. He sings, here is London, home of the brash, outrageous, and free, etc. But it mentions a place called Sloane Square, which is just a little square kind of thing in London. I went there when I was there because I realized I was very close by, and I thought, I'm so close, I have to just go to Sloane Square because I remembered it from this track. So, Sloane Square in London. And that is it. As I say, please check out Dave's channel. Take a stab at this contest too, it's quite fun. And I will see you in the next video.